Welcome, Hornets, and thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be taking a look at assignment number 2. This is found on page 299. We're going to be looking at numbers 1 through 10 all, and then we're going to be taking a look at 13 through 27 odds only in part 1. I'll be doing part 2 tomorrow, probably after school. Now, I recommend that you take a moment and you write down all of your special formulas that we've been given. And you'll find these on page 291. And you'll notice that these are the formulas that I've given you in class and that we have already worked with. And hopefully this is going to make perfect sense. And we're looking at I squared, so that's n plus 1, 2n plus 1 divided by 2. And then we're going to put our cubic here, I equaling 1 to n of I cubed is n squared, n plus 1, the quantity squared, over 4. So let's go ahead and start with number 1. Number 1 is asking you to work with your summation formulas and try to find out what this sum is. And so we have to use our rules. And our rules say that the constant moves out in front. We're looking at I from I equaling 1 to 6. And then we're adding 2, summation of 1, I equaling 1 to 6. According to our rules, we have this, and this is going to be 3 times 6 times 7 divided by 2. And then we have 2 times 6. And as we add this up, we end up getting 63 plus 12 for a total of 75, and our answer is 75. Number 2. Now, number 2 is a little bit different because they don't have k starting off at 1. They have it starting off as 3, which means it's a partial sum. And when we work with a partial sum, we just have to add it all together. So we're looking at 9 plus 1 when I plug in the 3 squared. Then 4 squared gives me 16 plus 1. 5 squared gives me 25 plus 1. 6 squared gives me 36 plus 1. 7 gives me 49 plus 1. 8 gives me 64 plus 1. And then the 9 gives me 81 plus 1. I'm going to add them all up, and I end up getting 287. Now remember, our calculator will do this. If you were to turn it on, let's just quickly zoom in and take a quick peek. I can work with, let me clear this out, by going to math, down to 10. I can hit summation. X is the variable we're working with, starting at 3 and going up to 9. And we're looking at x squared plus 1. When we hit enter, you'll notice we get the 287, which is exactly what we found. So remember, your calculator can be a very nice resource, and I recommend that you use it as such. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 7 next. As we move to the next section, number 7 is just asking you to find what this is written as a summation. So we're going to write this down. And what we're looking for are what changes, what value changes, because the value that changes is where we're going to put the I or K or the variable that we're working with. So you'll notice right here, it's this piece in the parenthesis. So we're looking at 1 over 5I, and our I is starting at 1 and going up to 11. And that's my answer. Let's take a look at number 9. Number 9 similarly has 7, and we have 1 over 6 plus 5. 7, 1 over 6, 2 over 6 plus 5. Now you'll notice they haven't simplified that. They could have written it as 1/3. They did not. They're being very kind to us right now. And there went my lights. So hopefully you can still see this. Otherwise, I have to end up stopping and getting up. So just understand that I'm here. Hi, everybody. And we're just looking at trying to find our sum. The piece that's changing is the top. So 7 times I over 6 plus 5. And we're going from I equaling 1 up to 6. And that's number 9. Please continue to do number 11 and others as you see fit. Let's just take one more. Let's do number 10 just because. And we're looking at 1 minus 1 over 4, the quantity squared, plus 1 minus 2 over 4, the quantity squared. And this is continuing dot, 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 all the way up to 1 minus 4 over 4, the quantity squared. And the piece that we're going to work with is this right here. That's what's changing. 1 minus I over 4, the quantity squared. And I is going from 1 up to 4. Okay? So let's take a look at number 13. Number 13 is now asking us to work with our summation formulas. And I'm only going to do 13, 15, and 17, so please be aware of that, and we'll end with part 1. So 13 has us working with I starting from 1 up to 12 for 7. The formula is 7 times n. N here is 12. And so I have 7 times 12, and my answer is 84. Number 15. Number 15, we have I going from 1 up to 24, and I have 4i. That means that I have 4 times n plus 1 divided by 2, where my n here is 24. So I'm now looking at 2 times 24 times 25, and I end up getting 1200. Number 17. Now number 17 is actually quite clever. You'll notice how they have it at 20, and we're starting with I equaling 1 and going up to 20. And I'm really looking at I squared. So if I'm looking at I squared, I know my formula is n plus 1, 2n plus 1 divided by my 2. But if n is 20, then right here, this was I minus 1. So I'm going to put 19 in, then 20, and then I'm going to have 19 is 38 plus 1 makes 39 divided by 2. And that's what I'm going to work with in order to find my answer for number 17, and that's 2,470. And that's my answer for 17. Oh, and you don't see that. There you go. Alrighty, thank you, Hornets. This was part 1 of assignment number 2, and I'll finish part 2 of assignment number 2 tomorrow after school so that it'll be available for you. I hope this has helped. Please remember, if you like it, or it has helped you, please click like so that I can know how this went. Thank you very much. Please be well and take care, and have an excellent and wonderful day. Thank you.